All right. Good evening and welcome. My name is Katie Rudowski of Kaiser Vogren Design. We are land planners and landscape architects with local to Franklin and are the applicant representing our client, Geffen Development Partners, of which are the developers of this project. We also have our design consultants on the call tonight, Kimley Horn and Associates and EDI International, along with City of Franklin planning staff and city officials. Thank you for your time this evening. Before we begin, I would like to set a few ground rules for this call to keep it streamlined and avoid talking over each other since this is virtual. We respectfully request that all videos be turned off through the entire presentation and all be on mute. We request that all questions be sent through the chat forum located in the top right corner of the GoToMeeting menu. This meeting will be recorded and posted on the city's website as noted in our notification mailing. Please allow us to run through this presentation and respond to any questions you may have at the end. We are here tonight to specifically discuss 151 Cool Springs Boulevard, proposed to be known as the Haven at Cool Springs. This neighborhood meeting is required because we have submitted for development plan and rezoning applications from the existing zoning of Regional Commerce 6 to a proposed planned district. I will get into the plan-specific details later in this presentation. Haven at Cool Springs is in compliance with the Envision Franklin document, of which governs all land uses within the city of Franklin. We submitted the development plan pre-application on August 27th for a tentative Franklin Municipal Planning Commission meeting on October 28th of this year. The Franklin Municipal Planning Commission will at that time vote on this development plan and rezoning, and we hope make the decision of recommendation of approval to move on to the mayor and board of aldermen for 3 more readings, with one being a public hearing, tentative through October 2021 this year through January of 2022. If approved, this application would be followed by a site plan application. You can follow the City of Franklin calendar events if you wish to follow the project's progress. Here in this plan view, Google Earth aerial, you can see the Vanderbilt Legends Golf Course to our north. Our site, of course, is here with the red dot. We have a medical office building to the left, a vacant property to the west, a vacant property to the east, the NHC Senior Living Facility over here, and then we have the Wind Chase Apartments to our north, just past the golf course. This is a zoning map of the current zoning for our area we're talking about tonight. The area shown in pink here is Regional Commerce 6. The area to the north, which is the golf course, is PD or Planned District. Tonight, the intent of the rezoning is to rezone the current site to PD Planned District, which is shown here in purple. As part of this project and in joint efforts with the city and adjacent property owners, we will have access points into the site from Cool Springs Boulevard as a right-in, right-out only, and also direct access from our site, 151 Cool Springs, through 201 Cool Springs Boulevard to access the light directly across from Windcross Court. This new intersection will provide safety and access to all 4 parcels in this development. We have 201, 151, 101, and 125, the medical office that we're referring to. This is the overall master plan. The Haven at Cool Springs development proposes a single 6-story mixed-use building, including 297 residential dwelling units. The ground floor fronting Cool Springs Boulevard includes approximately 9,200 square feet of commercial space. 5 live-work units with individual pedestrian access to each of those units are included within this development, along with 3 levels of parking below the building footprint to provide direct residential access to each floor. The parking is screened from view from Cool Springs Boulevard and contributes to solving the naturally occurring 50-foot grade change across the site. A majority of the residential units are sited to take advantage of the views to Spencer Creek, the Vanderbilt Legends Golf Course, and Roper's Knob. Also included are 2 sizable amenity areas to the residents that will include a swimming facility and landscape amenities. The site also includes a great deal of floodplain and floodway to the north or the rear of our site. The building and parking are intended to be built entirely outside of these areas with minimal, if any, impacts to the existing conditions of tree canopy and Spencer Creek located to the north. In coordination with Franklin Planning staff and the Parks Department, we are proposing to continue the extension of the Greenway Trail that currently leads to Aspen Grove Park to our east. The bold red line distinguishes on-site improvements, while the red dashed line replicates off-site improvements that we intend to work with the adjacent property owner to tie into the existing trail shown in purple. The existing sidewalks along Cool Springs Boulevard will remain. The design team has met with planning staff and the fire marshal to discuss the fire access around this building. A drive aisle designed along the perimeter of the building shall act as the fire access to provide 360 degrees of access to the building. That is shown here. I'll now share a few of the architectural massing studies of the proposed site, followed by a short animated video of the project. These massing studies were included within our pre-application submittal to the city. Here we have views A and B. View A is shown from the southwest corner on Cool Springs Boulevard. Here you can see the leasing office is set somewhat below grade of the private drive that connects to the medical office building that's existing today. Perspective B is from the southeast, or the new drive accessing to 201 Cool Springs Boulevard. Here we have retail at the corner. We would have our live works at grade, here where my hand is, and then in the far corner brings you back to the leasing office. Here are views from the rear of the site. This shows how we layered the building with 3 layers of below grade parking. You have your bottom layer, second layer, and third layer here at grade. This is also your fire access lane around the perimeter. The following images are elevations also included with our pre-application submittal. These are included to share the diversity of materials, height, and architectural vernacular of the proposed building. The south elevation would be seen from Cool Springs Boulevard, and the north elevation would be seen from the proposed Greenway Trail. Now we'll share a flyover prepared by EDI International, our architecture team of the proposed development. This is as seen from Cool Springs Boulevard. There will be about, I believe, 10 feet of grade change from Cool Springs to the front of the building. This is our fire access lane. And bringing it around to the rear, you can see the 3 levels of parking. Here would be a proposed pool amenity courtyard. And there would be another courtyard amenity interior to the building. You would access the MOB or medical office building from this drive here. And the access to the parking garage is located here. This then brings us back to Cool Springs Boulevard, where you can see the leasing office, the live work units, and proposed commercial or retail. And then here we go into a night view of those proposed amenities. That concludes our presentation. Thank you for your time this evening, and we'll now answer any chat questions as part of the Q&A. And Joey, let us know if there's any questions you have or how long you'd like us to hang out for. Seeing no questions or comments, we will conclude with that. Thank you for your participation.